Welcome back to Cosmetics Anonymous. I am your favorite girl boo vintage, and today's tutorial, well, it's not a tutorial. Today's video is a story time video. This is Bathtime with Bougie, and this is how I will be doing all of my story times from now on. So if you don't like to see bitches in the bubble bath, then click out of the video. Now, I am wearing a bathing suit, so don't, be extra talking about I'm naked on YouTube. I'm not naked. I'm fully clothed right now. So last time I told you guys that my story time would be about my sugar daddy, which is not technically a sugar daddy because all I did was con the man, well, the men's out of their money. But that's not what this video is. This is something that literally happened like last week. Was it last week? I think it was last week. And I wanted to share it with you guys because I was so freaking pissed. I was literally peed off, okay? And the reason is because I was traveling to Windsor, and Windsor is outside of Toronto, and I wanted to go see my friend. So basically, to get there, I decided to take a rideshare, which is basically hitchhiking, but not really. Like, it's on Kijiji. If you type in rideshare, it will automatically like pick up your location so that you can easily find a rideshare going to whatever city you want to go to. And so I found one going to Windsor and coming back to Toronto. Now, it's usually about $30 to $35. If you're really lucky, you can get a $20 rideshare. I found one that was $30. If you want to be picked up at your front door, then you can have that, but you just pay like an extra $5. So I decided to go to Windsor. Trip to Windsor was great, and then on the way back, I got in a rideshare with this Jamaican man. There was other people in the rideshare. There's usually always other people in the rideshare. That's not a big deal. Is it safe? Not really, but I walk with bare mace, so you know it's all good. Anyway, we got halfway to Toronto, okay, and he requested that we give him our gas contributions right there at the gas station. And so I'm like, I'm the only person that didn't get out the car. It was basically like a pit stop, right? So I'm the only person that didn't get out the car. Everybody else got out and I guess went to ATM and stuff, but I had my cash on me, so I just sat in the back of the car. He seen the money in my hand, so he said, "You can pass that up here, my friend." And I leaned forward to pass him the money, but it was only half of the money because we were only half of the way there. Usually when I take a rideshare, I don't pay half of the way there because who's to say your crazy ass ain't gonna get pulled over? Because I've never been in a rideshare where the person is driving like they have fucking sense. Like, it's always too fast. The car is like blowing in the wind, about to tip over. Like, it's not the greatest because you don't really know who is going to be driving you, and so that's why it's really not the safest. Now, I passed him the half of the money, $20, and which is more than half actually because it wasn't a $40 ride. I passed him the money and he's like, he kind of hesitated to take it once he realized it was only half of the money, and I was like, is there an issue? Like, do I need to give you the whole thing right now? And he was like, well, that's how I do it. And I was just like, oh, I'm not comfortable with that. Like, I've never been in a rideshare where I pay, before I get to my destination. I'm half the way there, why can't I give you half the money, kind of thing. And so we're basically in a back and forth at this point where he gets mad to the point where, and mind you, nobody else is in the car. He gets mad to the point where he gets out of the car and he laughs. He's laughing while he's getting out, which pissed me off because it reminded me of my dad. Like, that's some shit he would do. And he opens the side door. I'm sitting in the very back of the van. He opens the side door and tells me, you know what? I'm gonna let you figure this one out. You can either take your money back and I can leave you right here if you don't want to pay the whole fare, or you can pay the whole fare and this can be done. So now I'm feeling disrespected because I'm traveling by myself. My man's not with me, and you have the nerve to tell me that you're gonna leave me in the middle of buttfuck Idaho yet again. No, it's not going down like that. So at this point now, I'm freaking out, pissed off. Now the other people are kind of coming out of the store or whatever. He's outside of the truck or the van. I call it like 3 different things. He's outside and he's talking to whoever's out there. He's basically telling them, I feel like I'm in the sauna. He's basically telling them what's going on or whatever, like it's any of their business. He pulls the white guy, there's a white guy in the car too with his girlfriend. He pulls the white guy and asks him, have you ever, did you see anything wrong with paying for the full rideshare before you get to your destination? And I said to him, what does he have to do with me? That's nothing to do with me at all. Like, what? And so, of course, we're still arguing or whatever. And then there's a black man, an African man, and he comes in the car and he's just like to me,
if we don't get to the location, I will give you back your money out of my pocket.
I'm just like, okay, like, this is ridiculous, but okay, whatever. So I fling the money. I say, make sure he gets his fucking money. And in the back of the car, I'm just cussing now. I'm just cussing. I'm like, yo, I swear to God, if my man was here, blah, blah, blah. I was acting ratchet as fuck, you guys. Like, I was just acting ratchet. I was acting like I was like a Scarborough girl.
Like it was a Scarborough thing from time, G. That's how you were acting.
Anyway. Yeah, so I'm there freaking out in the back seat. And at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna calm down, act like it's all good, but let me text this nigga, my nigga, and tell his ass to meet me at the drop-off location, okay? Because it ain't going down like that. This man is not about to disrespect me and get away with it. So what I did was I text my boyfriend or whatever, and I'm just like, yo, meet me at Metro. This fucking rideshare nigga tried to tell me he's gonna leave me here because I only want to pay half the fare. Right now, I pulled out the $20 and showed this motherfucking man. I showed him, I'm like, it's not a case where I don't have the money, I'm trying to rip you off. I have the money, I'm just not gonna pay you until we get to where we need to go. That's what happened before I dashed the money, okay? Now everybody's back in the car, we're ready to drive again. He's still beaking. Why the fuck are you talking? Like, he turns the music down, he's addressing everybody in the car, basically subtweeting me, but like he's subliminally talking about me and to everybody else in the car. I'm like,
yo, it's fucking done. I give you your money, drive the fucking car and don't say nothing else.
Right? And at this point I didn't even care. Like, at the end of the day, if he tried to leave me nowhere, I would have pepper sprayed his fucking ass and he would have been going nowhere. Like, they would have had to come and arrest my ass because I was not having it. Like, I was really not having it that day. And it was fucked too because we were traveling, it was a late night rideshare. It wasn't like it was in the middle of the day. I didn't know where I was, it was late, and I had work at 11 o'clock the next day. So anyway, we drive, we get back home now, and he's doing all the drop-offs at the various locations. He stops in Ajax, basically anywhere along 401, he'll stop for you if you ask him, okay? So we are pulling up or whatever to all these stops, and from the back of the car I'm like, yo, can you stop at blah blah blah? He's like, yeah. Okay, so he drops me off, or he pulls up to the thing. I see Shooter standing at the freaking steps of the drop off with his hands in his pocket, his fucking Canada Goose hood on, looking grunge as a motherfucker, okay? And at this point I'm smiling like, yes, it's going down. No, it's about to get real in the field right now for this nigga. So he pulls up or whatever. He comes out of the car to get my bag out the trunk, and as he's getting back in the car, and I'm standing outside the car, I just closed the door, Shooter starts walking towards the car, and he's like,
yo, bitch.
So the man hesitates, he looks over his shoulder, and he's kind of like looking like, is he talking to me kind of thing. He's like,
yo, bitch, I'm talking to you.
So then he pulls up to the car or whatever, and he has 1 foot out, 1 foot in his car. I'm standing on the side, and then Shooter comes up, he's like,
you don't ever fucking get in my girl again, eh?
And then the rideshare guy is like, who did I threaten? I'm
like, you didn't fucking tell me you were gonna leave me in the middle of fucking nowhere because I only wanted,
and then he cut me off, and he's like, yo, he's trying to ask my man if he knows how the argument started. That's not even important at this point. Yes, he knows how the fucking argument started. He's like, because she only wants to pay half the fare, man didn't have nothing to say. Nothing to say. Zip, zilch, nada. Like nothing. Niet. Okay? 9. Okay? So he didn't have nothing to say or whatever. And then he's trying to close his car door now, and Shooter's like pushing it open. He's like,
You think I'm afraid of Uno? You think I'm afraid of Uno?
And I'm just like, nobody said you would have to be afraid of anybody. We're just letting you know you picked the wrong motherfucker to fuck with today. So he's halfway in, halfway out his car, and he's like, you think I'm afraid of Uno? You think I'm afraid of Uno? After me not pussy wall, after me not pussy wall. And we're just like, okay, nobody said you were afraid of anybody. That's not what this is. This is paging your dumb ass for trying to think that you can leave a little woman out in the middle of nowhere because she only wants to pay you half the fare now and then half the fare later. She didn't say she wasn't gonna pay you. She never said that. She being me. So then I'm pissed. He's pissed. He's trying to close the door. Shooter's not letting him. So he's trying to close his car door. Shooter grabs him by his fucking vest chest. Is that right? Shooter grabs him by his vest chest and drags him out of the car, pins him against his motherfucking car, and said,
You're free now, you're free now.
So, mind you, Shooter is not Jamaican at all, and I don't know where that accent came from, but I was like, I wanted to laugh, but because I was so mad, I was just like, this fucking nigga, like, please. So he's like, you're free now, you're free now, and the man's like, let go off of me or whatever, but he's just standing, he's just pinned to the car with his head to the side, like he's not trying to get into nothing. And so Shooter just gives him a 1-2 backhand and then lets the man get in his car. Like, he still had 2 other passengers in his car, so I'm pretty sure they were probably terrified because it was just the white guy and his little brown girl. So he had the 2 passengers in his car. He needed to go. He wasn't about to fight Shooter because he seen Shooter was about that life. He was back a little. He lets the man close his car door. The man closes the door, locks the door, called him Fred, and then winds the window down half motherfucking way, like a little bitch nigga, and says, suck on a mama. Bitch, that doesn't affect people our age because like that's like the oldest line in the book. That doesn't offend us, you know, we're not Jamaican. Like that doesn't affect, like if somebody said to suck my mama, I'm gonna fucking laugh. Like that was dumb as fuck for him to say. He was a big grown man, okay? And so he's like, suck on a mama. And that's basically why I won't get in a rideshare with a Jamaican again, ever. Like I couldn't believe he threatened to leave me. Is that not some fucking bullshit? That's some bullshit. But anyway, as you guys see, I'm detoxifying. I'm getting the anger out of my body. That's why I'm sweating profusely. It feels really good. I'm gonna clean my face now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video.